previous experiment which we have done, in that we have proved that germinating seed respire and produce carbon dioxide. So this is little alteration of that experiment only. Here we are proving that green plants, they respire and they produce carbon dioxide. So we'll take a small green potted plant like this. We'll put it inside the bell jar and we will attach it with two conical flasks like same thing as we did last time. Flask A containing lime water and flask B also containing lime water. Here near flask A we'll keep soda lime which will absorb carbon dioxide from the incoming air. Okay. Now in this case, since we are taking green plants, so we need to keep a precaution. We need to take a precaution, that is, this process, it has to be carried out in dark, or we can just cover the whole bell jar with a black cloth. So if we don't do this, what will happen? This carbon dioxide which is given out during respiration, it will be used by the process of photosynthesis by the green plant. We know green plant do photosynthesis as well as the respiration. So of course carbon dioxide will be released, but that will be used by plants for photosynthesis in light. So we have to keep all the setup, this full setup, in dark, or else you can just cover it with a piece of black cloth. Okay. Even this pot also we can just cover it with a polythene bag, because it contains soil, and inside soil there are little microorganisms which will also respire and produce carbon dioxide. But we are proving here that this green plant, it is producing carbon dioxide. So we will cover this with a polythene bag. Now we will do our experiment. We will do it. Initially we will suck air from this delivery tube with the help of a suction pump. You may use your mouth also, but that will be little tiring, so you can use a suction pump to do this. Now after this, what will happen? As you suck it, you will see air comes from here. It goes through the soda line which absorbs carbon dioxide, and then it goes to flask A containing lime water. So in flask A, you will see it is not turning milky, because all carbon dioxide is taken by KOH, absorbed by KOH or soda lime. Now it goes to your flask. Inside the flask, plant is there which will respire. It will produce carbon dioxide. And now when the air goes to flask B, there you will see lime water turns milky. Now if there was no no carbon dioxide here, and here carbon dioxide is there, that means carbon dioxide is produced by the plant. Okay. Now we have got next experiment to show that heat is evolved during respiration. In the process of respiration, children, heat is evolved. It gives heat energy. So for that, what we can do? We'll take a thermos flask. The reason we are taking thermos flask, because it do not allow transfer of heat by conduction, convection or radiation. These are the three modes by which heat transfers. But here thermos flask, it will not allow any of the three processes. We'll take germinating seed in the first flask, and we'll take dead seed covered with carbolic acid in the second flask, which will serve as a control setup. We'll hang thermos flask in both the containers, both the thermometer in both the thermos flask, and we'll wait for some time. We'll see in thermos flask A, the thermometer the temperature will rise, but here the temperature will not rise. The reason, here in A we are having germinating seeds which will respire, and as a result of respiration, heat energy is also given out. So in thermometer temperature will rise. But here we are having dead seeds, they are not going to respire, so nothing will happen to temperature, it will remain as such. Okay. Now the last experiment, till now whatever we have done for aerobic respiration, which plants are doing in the presence of oxygen. Now the last one is our anaerobic respiration. We need to prove that plants also respire anaerobically. So for that, what we'll do? We'll take this setup. Okay. For this we'll be taking this setup. You can see here we are taking a beaker and a inverted test tube, both containing mercury. In this case, we are not using water, we are filling it together with mercury. You can, and here at the top, mercury is heavier than water, so if you put the seed will go to the top. For hastening the process, that is for increasing the process, what we can do, we can peel off our seed. And since whole thing is filled with mercury, there is no chance that any oxygen will come from anywhere. But after some time, we'll see the level of mercury comes down. The level of mercury comes down because seeds, they start respiring anaerobically and they produce carbon dioxide. This carbon dioxide can be tested using lime water, or you can just put a stick of KOH. It will go all the way and it will absorb all the carbon dioxide present, and you will see again the level of mercury goes up. Okay, now in this particular experiment, why we are not using water? The reason we are not using water is water may contain some dissolved oxygen and will not get desired result. And water, this mercury, it do not stick to the glass also. So these are the two reasons why we are taking mercury, not water. So all the experiments are completed. Try doing these, progress check, and if there is any doubt, ask me. The last part of the chapter, that is photosynthesis and respiration comparison. Chemically, if we say, biologically we may say photosynthesis and respiration, they are opposite process. They are opposite to each other. We can see photosynthesis, it takes place only in the presence of chlorophyll, that too only in the plants. Here respiration takes place only in the living cells, in all the living cells, whether it is plant or animal. Photosynthesis takes place in the presence of light. Respiration, it takes place all the time. Photosynthesis, it uses carbon dioxide and water, that is the reactant, and respiration, it uses oxygen and glucose. Photosynthesis, it releases oxygen as the end product, and respiration, it releases carbon dioxide as the end product. So we have seen here what is reactant in the case of photosynthesis, that is product in the case of respiration. What is product in the case of respiration, that is reactant in the case of photosynthesis. So chemically they are opposite to each other. Photosynthesis, what happens? The light energy, it is converted into chemical energy and stored in the form of ATP. And here the chemical energy is partly converted into heat energy and partly into useful energy for various activities. Here photosynthesis is an anabolic process, so it results in gain of weight. Respiration is a catabolic process, it results in loss of weight. In photosynthesis, glucose is manufactured, that is constructive or anabolic process, as I told you. Here glucose is broken down, that is a destructive or catabolic process. Okay. Now respiration in plants compared with respiration in animal. So we also respire, plants also respire. Now what is the difference between our respiration and plants' respiration? So in plants there is no gaseous transport. The respiratory gases simply diffuse in and out of the cell. So plants, their diffusion takes place directly through the stomata, through the leaves. But in animals, for going to each and every cell, the gaseous transport takes place, which is done through blood. That we'll read in another chapter in detail. In case of anaerobic respiration in plants, the end product is ethyl alcohol and carbon dioxide, but in animal it is only lactic acid. In plant, the process produces little heat as compared to animal. We are more active than plants, so we need more energy. Our process of respiration is faster, and our energy production, our heat production is also more. So chapter is over. Try to do the back question and ask me any doubt.